What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Night Mode here, and as you can see, today we're going to be doing a little setup tour. So there's a lot of things that's still a work in progress. I'm not too crazy about showing everything, but whatever, we're going to do it anyway, and you guys can see everything that I'm working with and hopefully get some ideas off of, you know, what I have going on, and if anything, give me some ideas of things that I can improve on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Alright, so as you can see, I have two sides to this room. I have the whole simulator, drifting, flight sim, all that good stuff on that side. And then I have my work / music side over here. Alright, so the main way that I'm able to switch between these two sides is utilizing this little guy right here. So I have this already plugged into the setup. Pretty much how it works, you just plug it into an outlet and then you plug whatever you want into that. And it has a switch here that you can turn this whole thing on and off, and it actually comes with an app where I can use my phone and be able to turn it on without having to reach down and click that, because pretty much that switch is somewhere all the way back there. It's really unreachable. So I just made it so then, you know, I can actually use my phone and just turn this side off and that side on. So let's go ahead and pop my phone up right here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and, as you can see, it's called EBrake right there. Go ahead and pop that. So we're gonna see this side turn off now, and we're gonna see this side turn on. And as you can see, the wheel has to do its calibration right there. So it comes in mad clutch in order to, you know, do that simple adjustment right there, and then pretty much I'm ready to go drifting. Everything on this side turns on. As you can see, I have LED strips on the bottom there. The shifter, the e-brake, as you saw, the wheel, the monitors, everything just turns on right there. So let's go ahead and dive in a little bit deeper. So before I get any further into the actual EBrake itself, this is the whole beast that's powering everything right now. So as you can see, it's a pretty damn big computer. I pretty much just went late game on this whole build. So long story short, what I have in here is Intel 10900K processor, something like that. What? I have an RTX 3090, and that's the guy that has been causing me issues. As you can see, it's from Gigabyte. This is actually my third or fourth graphics card that I had to go ahead and, you know, send in, and then they will send me another one back. Now it's kind of steady. Well, all right, knock on wood that it actually stays steady, to be completely honest. But overall, I'm really happy with the results that this thing, I mean, this is the latest that you can get right now, so I can't be, like, you know, upset about it at all. I just wish it was a little bit more steady. There's a little bit of glitches that happen. You know, I could easily look past that, but overall it's a beast. If you want full specs, just let me know. I could go ahead and you know, post that for you guys. But that's just a little run through of that whole setup right there. And now let's move on to the beast. Alright, so as you can see, I have triple monitors working right now. I have 3 Dell 27-inch monitors. They're not curved, and they are not on a stand, as you can kind of see from the alignment here going on, and I have to constantly kind of fix it. It's one of the things that I'm looking forward to upgrading very soon. But right now I just have 3 separate arms for each monitor, and they are attached to this table right here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And yeah, I have counterweights on each side to actually hold the table down, because naturally all the weight is being pushed forward now because of how close I have it at the edge of the desk there. So as you can see with this center monitor, I had to pretty much cut a hole into the table itself in order to bring it closer to me. So yeah, a lot of DIY stuff that's went down with this whole setup, but it's holding up strong and I really like it. And another reason why I'm not too crazy about, you know, upgrading to monitor stands altogether right now is because like simple things like reaching back here to open and close these blinds, reaching back there to do, you know, whatever it is. I like the ability to where I could just kind of turn the monitor and get access back there, and then just kind of turn it back in order to continue driving and stuff. So I mean, you know, the only little downside of that, like I mentioned, is the fact that they're not 100% lined up, but overall I just got used to it. I don't really care that much. As long as they're lined up, you know, a decent amount, that's all I really care about. All right, so going on to the wheel now, I guess. So the wheel rim itself is an NRG rim. So I had this rim when I had my Thrustmaster TSPC Racer wheelbase, and I didn't realize at the time that the wheel or the rim was too heavy for that wheelbase, and I love that wheelbase so much, but I kind of like this rim a little bit more. It has a nice weight to it, it has a nice grip, and it just kind of works, you know. So I ended up, and I wanted to do this for a while anyway, I ended up investing in the Ricmotech, and let me focus that. Okay, I ended up investing in the Ricmotech Minimite, and this is a direct drive wheelbase, and this little guy is so powerful. It's kind of crazy how powerful this thing is. So this thing will chuck the wheel, and as you guys saw when it was doing its calibration, when I turned on this whole side, this wheel just goes. It just goes. And it kind of, you know, they kind of do say, be careful with direct drive wheels and where you place your hands, and they're not lying, because there's a lot of times when my hands were caught in the wrong area, and you know, especially with drifting and how much this wheel turns, you don't want to do that. Just, if you're gonna crash, move your hands away from the wheel rather than trying to, you know, grab it and force it back. It's better to just go back to pits and start over if you know that's about to come up. So yeah, that's my only tip with direct drive wheels, but overall I love it. It really does respond to everything. I wouldn't recommend that wheelbase, and I may save this for another video, but overall the real reason why I wouldn't recommend it is because it's not exactly a situation where you go to the store and you buy this, you plug it in, and it's good to go. Not necessarily. There's a software that comes with it that you don't necessarily get right when you purchase the wheelbase, and it's really stupid how they do that. And like I said, I'm gonna dive deeper into that, but long story short, it took me about a couple of weeks in order for the license where I bought this Ricmotech to send that license over to the company that actually has the software, and then authenticate me and all that bullshit in order for me to actually get into the program and make the adjustments that way. So for that reason, that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Why can't I go to the store, buy it, use it tonight? Like right now when I come home, I should be able to use it. But it is what it is. But long story short, after all that got squared away, I'm really happy with the wheel. That just sucked. That just really sucked. All right, so let's go ahead and continue on with the left side of the whole setup right now. And as you can see here, I just have a little cheap, you know, Logitech keyboard. It has all the keys that I would need, you know, your F1 through F12 for, you know, all the little things in game. And it has this nice little mouse pad here, or touch pad, that, you know, I can just do everything without having to use an actual physical mouse. So everything is nice and compact, and right there is pretty sweet. And a lot of the times I just take it off of this it's actually an iPad mount, or whatever you want to call it, iPad attack. I don't know what you call this thing, but I literally don't know what you call most of these things in my setup, but it just works. I don't know. But I usually just take it off, put it in my lap, and I would just, you know, type my B, or, you know, change servers or whatever the case may be. And yeah, and then just pop it right back there and it's good to go. So I actually installed a fan on each side of the desk, and the other one's over there, and there's the other one right there. And of course, if you know, just drifting and, you know, sim stuff all together, the PC gets really hot and you need something to cool you down, man. And altogether, you know, just working a direct drive wheel, it gets really exhausting sometimes. So having these fans really did come in clutch. But unfortunately, this side is kind of blocked right now due to the keyboard. So what I had to end up doing eventually to cool down the whole room was get this bad boy right here. So I literally have like my own little AC in this room, the duct going outside right there, and it's cooling down everything, and as you can hear, it's on right now. So let me go ahead and pop that off because it's pretty loud sometimes, but when you have headphones on and you don't hear shit. So but overall, it does a great job of keeping the whole room cool, keeping me cool, and I'm able to, you know, drift for a long time and not really worry about sweating my ass off that much as I did before. And speaking of sweating my ass off, another little thing that I had to get eventually is this little blue thing. So before, I used to just drift on the seat itself, and you know, it's very comfortable. By the way, the seat is a DX Racer, and I used to use this as my main office chair. But now I just, you know, since it kind of has that whole vibe of a bucket seat, I was like, okay, well, let me just move this over to this sim. So we took off the wheels and we mounted it to the whole assembly at the bottom, which we'll go over later. But the only problem with this whole chair was that my ass would sweat sitting on this thing, man. It's like there's no air going through my ass. I don't know how else to say that, to be completely honest with you, but this thing would just block all circulation, and so that's where this bad boy right here came in mad clutch. It has these weird, you know, holes or whatever that it would allow air to come in, so my ass doesn't sweat that much anymore. So we're chilling now. So like I said, if you want the actual info on, you know, any of these things, just let me know and I could totally post that for you. So let's go ahead and hop into the flight sim first on this whole side here. So this is the throttle for the plane itself, and once again, it's a nice little cheap throttle from Logitech. I didn't think I needed anything expensive on that side because at the end of the day, all it's doing is going up and down. You know, if 50%, it's right there, totally fine. 0, 100. So it's like, okay, well, that's not really needed. But another really cool thing about this throttle are these 6 switches right here. And I don't know how well you can see that. Let me see if I can go onto this side here. There we go. So those 6 switches actually work out in Assetto Corsa as well. I mean, they're programmable in any game pretty much. So all I would just need to do is program that right before I hop in, and I'm good to go. So for Assetto Corsa, like for instance, the left side here will probably be for the headlights. This middle side here will probably be for like hazards and I don't even know, maybe the horn or something. And pretty much this side, I know one of them, that bottom right one, is the teleport to pit button for me, and I forgot what this top one is, but you know, it's all right there. Easy to just press, click, and do what you need it to do, and it's pretty lit. So of course, for flight sim, the left side is probably the flaps, the middle is landing gear up and down, and the right side is probably park and brake and something else. I already forgot, but you know, it just makes it really cool that I have more access to shortcuts, whereas, you know, I don't have to reach for my keyboard and do everything there. So that's pretty clutch. Next up, going back to the sim rig, is my EBrake. So I have the Thrustmaster EBrake right there, and I had this for at least a year now, and I have no complaints with it. One of the cool parts about this that I don't use it for, but with that switch right there, I can switch it to use as a sequential. But as you can see, I can't push forward. Pretty much you have to change the screws on the side right there in order to make it a sequential. So I was like, I don't really care for using it like that. So I just use it as an e-brake, come back, go forward, done deal, good to go. Very strong, sturdy. I have no complaints about that. Now, going on to the actual sequential is a fan attack. So I have a lot of things from different companies. As you can see, Logitech, Thrustmaster, fan attack here. So going on to the fan attack, this is the fan attack Club Sport shifter. On the side, it has a little switch where I can be able to move that over to the corner, and it turns into an H pattern, nice and easy. But recently, for whatever reason, I kind of had some weird glitch go on where the H pattern wasn't registering properly. So all I needed to do was switch it back to sequential, and now it's sequential, and I can't move it left or right anymore. So I use this sequential EBrake and good to go right there. And as you can see right here, I just have this more so for show, not really an actual use at all. It's not plugged in or anything, but this is going to lead into the next big part of this whole sim rig. But this is the emergency stop in case shit goes down that I'm not really expecting, but like I said, it's not plugged in, and that really is meant to control this beast underneath the chair right here. So what I have under here is DOF or DOF reality motion sim. And as if you guys ever checked out Taylor Ray's video on his whole sim rig setup, this is the exact same one. And funny enough, I didn't even know like he bought this until after I had it come to my door, and then I was just watching videos on how to set this up, and then next thing you know, I see Taylor Ray has this as well. So it's kind of sick. But yeah, so it has 3 different motors, one there, one in the back, and 2 on each side. And pretty much how that works is, you know, you have your tilts, you have your yaws, and you have your sides, I guess you can call them. And it's pretty damn sick. And let me go ahead and actually turn it on for you guys so you can get a better idea of what that's like. Alright, so all I really have to do is go to this power supply that's down here and flip the switch. And then I just have to go into and make sure that Race or Sim Racing Studio is open. That's the program that controls it. If I scroll down a little bit here, you can see all of the different, things that it's capable of doing, the roll, the pitch, all that good stuff, the sway. And it's pretty cool that you can also test it to make sure that, you set up everything accordingly. So let me go ahead and go out here and let me just show you guys what the pitch looks like. So that's actually not even, there we go, that much. And let's go ahead and move it backward. So as you can see there, it does that. Let's go ahead and move it. Let's do the roll one way. Let's go ahead and roll it the other way. Let's see, let's do the yaw. So it goes left, it goes right, which is really cool, especially for sim drifting and stuff like that, because you really get that, that kind of sense of feel of what is actually going on. And there's just a lot of little things that it really does take into consideration of the realism of everything that's going on. And naturally, it's not that jerky, as you can see when you're actually on the actual sim rig itself. And let me go ahead and turn off the test so then it goes straight back to center. Perfect. All right, so that's how that whole part works. It's very smooth. There's smoothing effects to make it even smoother within this program, and it really just adds that whole element, like I said, of realism into everything that you're doing in game. And what makes that even more amplified is this guy. So I have the HP Reverb G2 VR headset, and when you're locked into this and you got the motion sim running, it's just insane. It's just absolutely insane. It really is a crazy experience. That's the easiest way I can say it. For me personally, I only really use the VR headset for flight sim stuff. I don't really use it for anything much more than that. For sim drifting, I don't really have the motion sim on at all, to be completely honest with you. If anything, it's just for video. The reasoning behind that is I think it's same or similar to how people feel about using a VR headset for sim drifting. You can only do it for so long, right? And for me, that's the same with the motion sim. It's like after an hour or two, it's like, okay, I get it, I'm moving. But one of the things that I think to consider is how with a motion sim you're able to pretty much drive all the time as long as you want, right? Versus in real life, you only maybe drive for like maybe 30 minutes consecutively before you have to go back and change tires, if even 30 minutes, you know, and you know, adjust the whole car itself. And during that time, you're taking a rest, you're taking a break, right? Whereas this, you're just non-stop, you're going. So after a while, it just gets tiring, you know? And I just kind of want to, you know, chill back and just relax. And that's another reason why I don't really use the VR headset when sim drifting. I just use the triple monitors because of the fact that I don't have to have something on my head the whole time. I could just literally use triple monitors, chill, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, literally. So it's you know, everybody has their own preference. That's just mine in this case. But with flight sim, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Even with drifting, like I said, it's just me personally. I just prefer to use this on a regular basis rather than to use that. Overall, I really love this motion sim though. When I do use it, it's just a blast. I mean, these motors don't play, man. And as you can see, it has little skateboard wheels for the yacht. It's so smooth. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So I have no complaints about that. I totally think it's worth the money. Of course, they have, you know, a higher tier motion sim altogether. I have the H3. I believe the next one is like the H6, which has like 6 motors on it, and it's, I think, more so geared towards flight sim because of how much movement can actually happen with that one. And I think that if you can, that would be the route to go if you were a flight sim person and you're trying to get the most realistic experience that you can out of it. But yeah, overall, I have no complaints. This is totally, you know, affordable to the extent compared to other motion sims, and you get what you paid for in that sense. You know, installation wasn't that hard. Everything was very much straight to the point. Plug it in, play, you're good to go. So I can't condemn them for that. So going back to the whole topic of the flight sim side of things, you're probably asking, all right, do I use a wheel to control the plane, which is literally impossible? No, I don't. And if I were to go over to this side of the room, you can see I have a yoke over here. It's you know, upside down. Let me go ahead and flip it over so you can actually see what it would probably look like. And that's it right there. And yeah, as you can see, it's mounted to the wall. And how it's mounted there is how it is mounted to my actual rig itself. So this whole bar here, right? I actually was looking online for a long time to try to find a solution to this, not problem, more so an enthusiast's interest, I guess we can call it. And that is a quick release to switch between using the racing sim and using the yoke over there. So what I ended up coming across was actually at Bass Pro Shop. If you're not too familiar with Bass Pro Shop, it's a fishing store. And what they had is a quick release that is meant for motors on like small boats and stuff, where you can just, you know, detach it and put the boat together in your truck and you're good to go. And I ended up coming across that, and I'm like, okay, let me try it. So how this works is pretty much this lever on the back here. I just gotta unplug the wheel itself, take out this whole bar, and this whole wheel comes off. That simple. Literally that simple. The wheel is off, and I'm ready to go ahead and put the yoke right on top of there, and I'm good to go. So that was a really clutch thing. And of course I have the cables for each attached to the, you know, tie wrap to the whole arm of the sim itself, so I don't have to go fishing for it all the time. I literally just unplug that and just take it out. That's it. So I highly recommend, once again, if you're into both of these hobbies like I am and you're trying to find that solution without having to do a whole lot of work all the time, and that's the whole goal I have with this whole setup. I just want to hop in, drive or fly, and that's it, literally. So if you're interested in, you know, finding out what this product is, just let me know. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I want to say it's Mincata, but yeah, literally all I have to do is just find the holes in the back. That's what she said, and go ahead and pop it right back in. Done deal. Ready, nice and sturdy, ready to go driving again. So I love it. Alright, so I might as well go into the little things that make this whole sim rig even more of a great experience overall without me having to do a whole bunch of stuff at one time. And that is, for instance, this headset. So it's a wireless headset from SteelSeries. It's the Arctis Pro, I believe. And it has such an amazing, comfortable feel to it. I literally can't put into words how comfortable these headphones are compared to others. The mic is ass, don't get me wrong, the mic is ass. Everybody, you know, you can ask anybody that I talk to in Discord on a regular basis, I sound like shit. But I'll show you the solution that I have for that later on, which I do for videos. I don't really do it for Discord, but that headset is dope. And it comes with 2 batteries, and this is the receiver for it, and on the side of the receiver I can actually plug in the battery that, you know, may be dead, and it will go ahead and charge that. So it's literally endless fun. You know, you don't have to worry about anything as far as, you know, oh, I gotta go find a cable for it and plug it in and all that stuff. Like, nope. They take care of you with that. Another little thing that this whole rig has is when I do videos, this used to be my old audio interface, but now I just pretty much use it just for this mic, and it just plugs straight into the top. Cable goes straight into the computer, and I'm able to use this, you know, to pick up a way better audio experience for all of you guys when I'm doing, you know, those whole Assetto Corsa videos and stuff like that. So yeah, that's sitting over here and doing a great job at what it's doing. And the last little thing, I guess, is how I'm able to see chat if I'm live, or how I'm able to just check my phone when I'm drifting. And that's this little place right there where I could charge my phone while I'm drifting and be able to just glance over real quick, see what's going on, and then I'm right back in. So it's literally the little things that make it everything that I love about it. Oh, one more thing. You're probably wondering what this whole colorful little device is over here. So this is just a little volume control station, I guess you can call it. I actually only set up 2 out of the 4 of these. So this first one controls the master volume of how everything sounds all together, and the second one controls Spotify. So I love drifting to music, and I can just, you know, turn it up, down. I could push it in to pause or play the song, and it's, you know, very helpful in that sense. I have to figure out how to adjust Assetto Corsa's in-game volume. Maybe I could put that here, and same with the flight sim. That'll be sweet if I could figure that out. I just haven't really looked into it that much yet, but it really does come in clutch, and it's a nice little eye candy in the background, just seeing, you know, a whole bunch of rainbow colors going on right there. So yeah, like I said, it's the little things that really does make this whole setup what it is, and you don't have to go any further than just reaching and doing exactly what you want to do at that moment. So that's my whole goal. Super simplistic in that sense. Hop in, you drive, you have fun, you go to sleep. That's it. And you enjoy a nice cup of wine at the same time. I almost forgot my shoes. So yes, I drive with shoes, and I know that's probably weird for a lot of people, but I kind of have no choice. To further explain that, I used to have, you know, like I said, I had the Thrustmaster wheelbase, and I used to have Thrustmaster pedals. And the way my setup was before, I was able to, you know, drift without shoes, no problem. But unfortunately, with this Fanatec CSL Elite pedals, I want to say they're called, it has such a hard bottom, man, that it really just hurts my feet over time. And, you know, like I said, with drifting, you need to be comfortable to say the least, because you're going to be doing a lot of work with your feet. So that's why I just invested in some cheap, but I feel like these should be way more expensive than what they are, because these are the most comfortable shoes like I literally own in general. These are Witten. I don't even know the company name, but these things, look, one hand, look how easy they flex. And it's just insane how these feel like socks on your feet. That's the easiest way I could describe it. These literally just feel like socks. I mean, these things are just so flexible. You feel every part of the pedal. It feels like you're just not wearing shoes. And that was my whole goal with this. So once again, if you're interested in finding out what these are, and if you were in the same boat that I was, let me know. I'll totally link you this, and you won't regret it. These are so comfortable, it's insane. And with that, that's my whole EBrake setup right there. I hope you guys enjoyed, watching or seeing everything that I have going on with it. And like I said, it's very much a work in progress. It's nothing that's, solidified gonna be staying in this EBrake, and I don't think I would ever see the end to it, because there's just so many possibilities that you can do with this thing. And overall, it's just having so much fun, just constantly changing it up, increasing. And anybody that knows me, I always change shit up like that. It's like I hate settling, so this will likely change again. But like I said, that's the whole joy of doing this type of thing. That's the whole joy of, same with a real car, you're always gonna want to add a bigger turbo, change the engine, change the suspension, change this and that. And that's the same way I feel about this EBrake. It's always going to be growing. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed what I have right now. And like I said, let me know what you guys think about it. Let me know things that I can possibly improve on with it. And let me know if there's anything in here that you guys would like a link to or more information on. And I'll be more than happy to provide that for you guys and to help grow your setups as well. So with that, I appreciate you guys watching this video, and if you liked it, please give a thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. It's insane how much these videos are starting to grow right now, and I'm just riding the wave, just having a great time putting out the content for you guys. So with that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.